One of the main bases of operations in Stranger Things 5 appears to be WSQK radio station. It's been shown off in multiple trailers and scenes, and it seems to be the key point against fighting Vecna. And I think that I may have figured out one of the secret weapons that it holds in order to keep the town of Hawkins safe against Vecna. And we're not just talking about music here, guys. We're talking about radio frequencies as well, which I've actually discussed in the past with videos before, but we'll go over that again briefly before I get into my latest theory, so make sure you guys tune in for that. But without further ado, let's get into this theory. Okay, so I touched on this before, but we'll get into it one more time since that video was more than a year ago published. On the radio tower behind the radio station appears to be attached an RRH radio head, and I have a theory from that video about a year or so ago that ties into what our heroes may be up to. Let's take another look at what I had to say here regarding that. There's a huge tower in the background as well. I'm not sure if that's going to play any kind of role or if it's just for aerial shots that are taking place on set. But taking another glance at it now, maybe it is some kind of radio tower that's going to be utilized here. Because if you look over here on the right hand side, guys, you do see a satellite attached to this tower.
I don't even want a fancy satellite. I don't want any kind of satellite.
Not a satellite, genius! It's a satellite dish!
Maybe the gang is using this tower for long-range communications. And that might make sense whenever it comes to this picture that was shown off by the Duffers, the remote radio head, or RRH. Now I know you might be asking yourselves, what the heck is an RRH? Well, according to everythingrf.com, a remote radio head, or RRH, or remote radio unit, RRU, is the remote frequency circuitry of a base system enclosed in a small outdoor module. The RRH performs all RF functionality like transmit and receive functions, filtering, and amplification. It also provides analog to digital or digital to analog converters and up and down converters. A remote radio head, or RRH, can also provide advanced monitoring and control features that allow operators to optimize performance from a remote, centralized location. The site continues stating that the RRH is usually mounted near the antenna to reduce transmission line losses and is connected to the main digital portion of the base station, or the BBU, with an optical fiber. And looking back at this picture again, it says the top light will be green when the connectors are seated properly. The bottom light will be red whenever there is a problem. Now, according to figure 5.2, it displays the control relay simplified schematic, stating that if there is a loss in communication between the tower and the studio, the next step would be to analyze and assess if the control relay is functioning properly. Now, what the hell does all of this mean? Well, I think this is going to come into play, guys, with perhaps that frequency tower that I showed off in that previous image. This RRH could be attached to the tower, connected to the antenna to help boost the frequency to prevent it from being lost. This could potentially help the crew out quite often whenever they're separated or they have long distances in between each other. This also could be connected to Dustin's Cerebro if he still has it as well. You guys remember Cerebro from back in season 3, right?
Impressive, right?
Maybe they attached this RRH device onto Dustin's Cerebro to help boost the signal, so whenever they're in long distances, say boosting the signal between the Upside Down and the real world, there's no loss of communication. I could totally see them using this as a way to boost the signal frequency at the radio station as well. As communication, it gets extremely fuzzy within the Upside Down. I feel like that it's a strong possibility that it could be used to boost signals for radio communications. The other way that I could see WSQK making a huge difference in this final season of Stranger Things is by doing exactly what it's made to be, a hitmaker radio station. So everyone has a favorite song, right? And there's nothing better than hearing your favorite song while you're in the car, cruising with your friends. And that's the key. Favorite songs. It's clear that many different people within Hawkins have trauma, but what if this radio station helps out whenever it comes to that? What if the residents of Hawkins can request a song to help reduce their trauma? The pending victim could hear their favorite song when suffering from a headache or a nosebleed, and then just quickly snap out of how bad they're feeling thanks to their love for their favorite song. WSQK could truly become a safe haven for Hawkins as long as the residents get to hear their favorite song to keep them safe against any impending future attacks from Vecna. So not only can this base of operations be used as a frequency scrambler or a communications booster, so to speak, it can also be used as a tool against Vecna without him even realizing it. In this trailer, we do see a giant smoke cloud-like particle surrounding the RRH radio tower, almost like it's about to be attacked by this foreign entity. Robin is shown in this scene looking quite nervous, and then in the latest trailer, she is shown with Murray in what I believe is from the exact same scene, and the ground is shaking, revealing a ground gate to the Upside Down. Is it under attack perhaps? Their one sense of security for the entire town may be in danger. What do you guys think? Do you feel that WSQK radio could have a huge impact this season? What role will WSQK play? Surely more than just a place of employment for Robin and Steve, right? I want to hear from you guys on this wrap-up squad because I truly think that this is going to be playing a huge role for this season. If you guys truly enjoyed this video, do me a huge solid right now and smash that like button. And if you have any hype points available, go ahead and hype it up as well, as that truly hypes up the channel and really helps the reach for Stranger Things fans just like you. Stay tuned for plenty more Stranger Things content on this channel as we inch closer and closer to this final season. Make sure that you're subscribed for the latest theories and updates. Until the next one, nerds, I'm your host with the most A to the P, Albert Perkins, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, and as always, peace.
Subscribe now.